President Obama spent much of his 2 days at the G20 talking with other leaders on what to do about the Islamic State group responsible for the Paris attacks. At the summit's close, he called the IS the face of evil and pledged an intensification of efforts against it, but ruled out deploying large numbers of U.S. ground troops.
We have the finest military in the world, and we have the finest military minds in the world. And I've been meeting with them intensively for years now, discussing these various options, and it is not just my view, but the view of my closest military and civilian advisors that that would be a mistake.
Obama wants to avoid a repeat of the Iraq War.
Not because our military could not march into Mosul or Raqqa or Ramadi and temporarily clear out ISIL, but because we would see a repetition of what we've seen before.
Events in Paris pushed the focus of leaders away from the formal agenda of trade and economics. Leaders' attention was mainly on talking strategy to beat the Islamic State group and end the war in Syria. U.S. and Russian leaders appeared to put aside many of their differences and made headway on plans for a ceasefire and an eventual transfer of power in Syria. But talk is not enough for France. It carried out at least 20 airstrikes on the Islamic State group's main stronghold in Iraq. France's foreign minister, attending the summit in place of the country's president, said tough times call for tough action.
One cannot be attacked harshly, and you know the drama that is happening in Paris, without being present and active.
There was speculation on whether President Obama would make a last-minute decision to go to France. Instead, he sent Secretary of State John Kerry. The U.S. leader continued on to more summits in Asia. Luis Ramirez, VOA News, Antalya, Turkey.